It's a bit of a debate, is it?
Various ways, I think.
Yes.
Depending on part of the world you're from.
Okay. I've got to say that today it seems to be taking ages. Would you like to bet any money at all that I'll end up there tomorrow, Friday? I mean, you've got to have fish and chips on a Friday. tomorrow's quite busy. I've been lucky as the boat coming down, so they're doing the lock for me. And I've been told there's some volunteers on at the next lock, so that's all good.
Yeah, for sure. Who cares?
This is our summer, we're happy.
I don't know, I'm getting absent-minded these days. I'd intended to go over to the diesel jetty as I exited Aqueduct, but completely slipped my mind. And I'd only been speaking to Tom in the chandlery about it an hour ago. Anyway, there's no worries, because at the end of this long straight is Venetian Marina, and with a bit of luck there'll be no one on the diesel jetty, and I can just pull in and fill the tank there. I'm not desperate for diesel, but I think I've got just a little bit over a half a tank, so there's plenty there really, but I like to keep it topped up if I can. This is Venetian Marina, a few miles up from Aqueduct Marina, and I've just got my diesel and come across to this side of the canal. And I'm just waiting for a boat to come out of the lock, and then I'll be going through. And the good news today is that there are volunteers on, so I can just stay on the boat and they'll do all the hard work for me. Big thanks to Bruce and Dave, the volunteers who've helped me through the lock. How do you pronounce the name of this lock, by the way?
Chumston or Churmston?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. There's a bit of a debate, is there?
Various ways, I think.
Yes.
Depending on what part of the world you're from.
Okay. Thank you very much. Anyway,
That's
guys.
all right. You have a good day.
Cheers, bye.
Cheers.
I don't know if the camera will make it out, but there's a heron stood just before the bridge, looking into the canal. And if he goes to form, he'll take off just as I approach him and fly off further on, and then do the same bloody thing. I never managed to get a really good close-up picture. What's he gonna do, I wonder? Oh, he's still there so far. Oh, off he goes. Look at that. Huge bloody thing. Fantastic birds. Not far now then from Barbridge Junction, where I'll be turning left and nipping back down to Nantwich. I'm going to stay there for a couple of days until I begin my next adventure. This stretch into Barbridge can be quite frustrating because there's an awful lot of moored boats, and this is sort of like the start of it. And further on they're moored on both sides, so it's just it's just dead slow really. Still really lucky with the weather. Can't believe it. I was talking to Janet about it last night, and I've just been so lucky the last several weeks, apart from a few days when I was on the Llangollen, and I was on there well over a month. It's just been like this almost every day, so I really cannot complain about the weather I've had. A little bit breezy at times, but no rain, or and it's not too, you know, it's quite warm actually. I was going to say it's not cold, it's actually warm. In fact, I'm actually hot, let's be honest about it. It is sort of like the middle of the day. Yeah, so Nantwich for a couple of days, I think, and finalise my plans for the assault on, I think it's going to be Chester. I think I'll go up to Chester next. This is the start of the final stretch into Barbridge Junction, and there'll be boats moored on both sides now, all the way to the junction. Yeah, so I'll be going left immediately after that bridge. That bridge marks the arrival of the Shropshire Union Canal proper, running north-south, and I'll be going north in a few days when I begin my journey up to Chester. But for now I'll be going south, going left, down to Nantwich, which is just, I don't know, 2 or 3 miles, something like that, a nice little run, and spend a couple of days there, pop into town for a few things. Yeah, looking forward to that. I like Nantwich, and of course it does have a rather wonderful fish and chip restaurant in Pepper Street. And would you like to bet any money at all that I'll end up there tomorrow, Friday? I mean, you've got to have fish and chips on a Friday, haven't you? Right next to the main road here, and it's really quite noisy. Yeah, really noisy. Okay then, so a couple of miles and I think we'll pass Hurlston Junction, which some of you might now be familiar with if you've watched my Llangollen videos. And then it's just a short distance down into Nantwich, where, fingers crossed, I'll be able to get a nice mooring on the embankment. Just see the bottom lock, Hurlston. There's a boat in the lock. Looks like he's coming down. And that boat will be emerging shortly into the junction, which I'm fast approaching. Well, I'm not fast approaching, I'm very slowly approaching. In fact, I can speed up there. I'm going straight down today, so I'm just going to stick my nose forward a bit so I can see under the bridge to see if it's okay to press on. So far so good. Back off the power a little bit. think we're okay. There's a boat moored up afterwards, but that's no problem. There we are. That's all lined up nicely. I've done this stretch of canal, I don't know, quite a few times now, from Barbridge down to Nantwich, so I'm quite familiar with it. But I've got to say that today it seems to be taking ages. It's very strange. Yeah. So I'm really hoping I can moor up on the embankment, which is a 48-hour mooring, because it's quite close to the CRT services there, and also it's an easy walk into town as well. So fingers crossed for that. Yeah, so I had service this morning in Aqueduct. I think Phil was the engineer, and it was a bit like when you have your car serviced. You drive away from the garage and you kind of think, oh, it's going to feel different. It's going to feel, you know, smoother and better. It always feels just the same. And same with this, really. I know it's got new oil in the engine, and it's a new oil filter, but it don't feel any different, which is good. So I don't think it'll need another service for maybe another couple of 100 hours now. So the engine is just on 209.7 hours. So that's how you measure the kind of life of boats, is on the engine hours. Of course, it's a diesel engine, and it can rack up hundreds, thousands of hours quite comfortably. Yeah. Anyway, I'm glad I've had the service done, and try and stick to the manufacturer's recommended, because, you know, if I ever wanted to sell the boat, then it does help if you can produce a service history. In Nantwich now, I can see the church tower. Lovely church, that. So that tells me I can't be very far at all from Bridge 92, and the embankment mooring is just after 92. Yes, not far to go now. I must say, I really do have a cup of tea. Yeah, I really could now. I'm really thirsty. I did, of course, take advantage of the cafe in Aqueduct Marina, and saw the lovely Kelly, and was served with a large breakfast and tea. I must say it was up to the usual standard. Very, very nice. And the cafe at Aqueduct and the cafe at Aqueduct Marina, I 100% recommend them both if you're looking for a really good cooked breakfast. Yeah, Aqueduct Marina is on the Trees branch of the Llangollen Canal, of course, and Aqueduct is on the Middlewich branch of the Shropshire Union. So I'm still quite full from my huge breakfast, but I am very, 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 very thirsty. So I should be glad to stop and get myself a drink. Coming in towards Nantwich then, and just before Bridge 92 we have this small marina here for private members, and it's only for smaller boats. In fact, there's a couple of beetles. There's Narrowboat Dotty over there, I can see, and also cruiser boats. Those are the white glass fibre ones. A little bit further on and we'll come to Bridge 92, and that's also marks the entrance to Nantwich Marina. To my right is Nantwich Marina. That's the entrance, and I'm going straight on now under this bridge. You can see some boats moored up. I'm probably going to want to go a little bit farther down than they are. I'll see what I can make out when I get a bit closer. Cheers. Lime cordial, by the way. Very nice. This is my third glass since I moored up. Wow, it's very thirsty. Yeah, so a nice spot. This is almost exactly where I wanted to moor up. Here on the raised embankment at Nantwich. You can moor here for 48 hours, and I've been here a few times over recent months. Very nice, and the town is kind of that way. Just walk down some steps. It's really easy to find. There's a chandlery over there, Nantwich Marina, and the CRT services are just 150 yards back up there, so really good spot. Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this little jaunt from Aqueduct Marina. I wasn't sure how long they'd take doing the service, but as it turned out it was only like an hour or something like that, so I was able to do this today. Stay here for a couple of days and then turn the boat around and go back that way, and then carry straight on at Barbridge Junction instead of turning right, and make my way up to hopefully Chester. That's what I'm looking to get to next, and nowhere near as far as Llangollen, but there's quite a few locks, I think. I think they're I think they might all be double locks, you know, big wide locks. So we'll have to see how that all pans out. If you enjoyed this video though, and I hope you did, please give it a like, do leave a comment, and if you haven't subscribed already, then please think of doing so, because it won't cost you anything. And if you're watching this on a TV, then please, if you can, take the time to go on your computer or your mobile or your smart tablet or whatever, and subscribe that way, and that would be really nice. So I'll catch you next week. In the meantime, cheers.